What's going on, everybody? It is Chris Classic. Gonna drop a recap and a review about Elimination Chamber 2021. No shave game. I'm on my way to work, so I wanted to drop the video yesterday, but when I wrote my notes down, I was very, very tired. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like the channel, subscribe, and also subscribe to the C3 Wrestling channel for wrestling content. I thought the whole event was pretty good. The first Elimination Chamber match, well, first let me say that Elimination Chamber matches have been one of my favorite matches. Ever since I used to have the games on the PS2, I used to love, I like elimination matches. So when they came out with the Elimination Chamber, I was very intrigued. And I think they still is one of my favorite. I like those more than Hell in a Cell, actually. But going into the event, the first one, for the match against Roman Reigns, I thought it was pretty good. I think that everybody, they showcased. I like small things. Small details go a long way in wrestling. So I even liked when, I believe it was Corbin or Cesaro and Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was selling the knee, and Kevin Owens was in the pod, and he was saying, work the knee, work the knee. Small things like that. Even though that Kevin Owens is a face, those are small things that I like because you're trying to win. You know, it's one thing to cheat, but then it's another to be strategic. Corbin, I must say, I was impressed. He looked like a beast. To me, it reminded me of his lone wolf days with the long hair and the spotlight. Like, he really looked like a contender. Like, I don't know if he stepped his game up or what, but the way he was attacking, the move sets and everything, I think that all the performers, they did their roles very well. And that's one thing that I always talk about is role players in wrestling. I thought Uso did well as a conniving heel, how he even eliminated Kevin Owens. I liked how Kevin Owens eliminated Sami Zayn. I liked how Zayn did his part as a person that's going to try to sneak, and, you know, it all worked well. I thought it was very good. Another point, I like that Daniel Bryan was selling the hell out of his knee. Those kind of things are very important. You know, I've seen a lot of matches where somebody worked the head, back, arm, leg, and then as soon as the fighting spirit happens, they're not selling it no more. They won't sell it for the rest of the show. But the guy legit was selling that knee. And then even after the match where Daniel Bryan won, I was just like, man, like, you could just tell he was beat. I also liked how, is it Jimmy? I liked how Jimmy eliminated Kevin Owens. It was quick and subtle, and it was also different. Very good match. Roman Reigns coming out quickly. I like that. It's like one of those situations where I wish that, but going back into the match, I'm sorry, Cesaro did well. You know, I wish, like, the crowd was there, like, when he was doing the pull-ups and stuff. I thought that was pretty dope. Like, I think everybody had their time to shine. But going back to Roman Reigns, he comes out. Daniel Bryan has a hard time even standing up. And it's like we kind of knew what was going to happen, unfortunately, because how wrestling is nowadays. And he came out, and they wrestled for, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. You know, had the shocker where Daniel Bryan was doing the yes lock to Roman, and then Roman powered up and just beat the mess out of him. 1, 2, 3. Well, not the 1, 2, 3. With the guillotine, Daniel Bryan unresponsive. Roman Reigns wins. After the victory, Edge spears Roman. Fireworks come out when he points to WrestleMania. We're going to have Edge versus Roman Reigns. That's going to be an interesting match for WrestleMania. But like I said, all in all, that was good. I want to say the second match was the women's tag title. I already knew that Nia and Shayna were going to retain. My only issue about them being champions is that they're tag champs. I just wish they color coordinated more. I thought Bayley and Sasha did a great job. Even Nikki and Alexa, they did a great job with color coordinating. The match was decent to me. I just felt like they were missing stuff. Like, I felt like, hey, I think that it was just a little scramble. Some spots should have been at the beginning, and then others should have been at the end. And like even like the tags, I thought the tags were a little bit like iffy. Um, Reginald comes out with the bottle and he gives it to Sasha. Now those are kind of things that it plants in our heads. Okay, will Sasha be a heel? Will Reginald join? See, these are the things. When it's WrestleMania season, I do feel like the writers and the creators, they become more creative, and it makes you scratch your head about the possible storylines and the possibilities of what's going to happen. Is he going to stay with Carmella? Is he going to stay with Sasha? Is he going to help Bianca? Is he going to do his own thing? Um, Nia beats pin Sasha with the Samoan drop. Like I said, it was decent. It was just a little sloppy, a little scrambled. Could have been just a little toned down. Triple threat, United States title. Bobby Lashley versus John Morrison versus Matt Riddle. And let me say, I think it's I think it's crazy that every time Matt Riddle jumps over the ropes and kicks his slippers off, they put a slow motion in, like doing it like Shawn Michaels doing his pose, and then having like HBK with the sparklers, or Diesel holding his arm up in the spark, like just him just kicking off his flip flops. Just make people go crazy. When the crowd comes back, it's going to be scary to see if somebody gets hit in the face with a flip-flop. But anyway, might I say that they are doing a great job with Bobby Lashley. Now, I know Matt Riddle is very popular. To me, he's okay. But with Bobby, I noticed a lot of things. Like he's having uncontrollable rage. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dragon Ball Z, but there's Broly from the movie, and how he was just unstoppable, like you couldn't control him. And I see that route in Bobby Lashley, like the guy is just doing things. Now I'm going to tell you why I really like this triple threat match, because I felt like the moves that they were doing were necessary. Bobby Lashley dominating two guys because they can't do it by themselves, so they had to do double team moves to try to help each other to take him down. The dive out spots, very necessary. They didn't just come out the gate with dive-out spots. They legit were just diving on him to make him fall, to make him bump. Like, these are the things that I like. Dive-outs are basically, they're about as common as a headlock, or better yet, chaining. But the way they did it, the way the match was structured, perfect. Even the end, a lot of people forget that triple threats are non-DQ. So, with the crutch coming into play, sometimes they make it say, oh, that's right, it is a no disqualification. So the way Riddle won it, I liked it. The way Bobby acted, I just want this man to be in the main event. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I'm remembering him in TNA when he was the Destroyer / Walking Armageddon. And we forget how awesome that was. And to me, like, this is just like a step up because you're at the number one company now with it. Next match is the Elimination Chamber for the WWE title. I enjoyed that match too. It was a couple funny things. It was a couple serious things, like Randy Orton trying to do his rope DDT to Drew, and like Drew's foot came off, and Drew put his foot gingerly back on the rope. I thought that was funny. I did like Randy Orton's psychology. Like, he was choking Drew, and then when he got done choking Drew, he actually left the ring to go choke Jeff Hardy. Like, it's small things like that, like I said, go a long way. Like, why would I not try to keep somebody else down if somebody else is down? These are things about, this is why I said these last two Elimination Chamber matches were like some of my favorites, because some people, it's a lot of rest spots. It's sitting down. It's just waiting for a spot to happen. And I felt like these were a little bit more calculated. I think a lot of us got confused with Randy getting eliminated by Kofi. I was like, what the heck happened? Almost, I hope I'm saying his name right. I hear it all the time, but I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. The monster spot, taking the pod wall down, and then AJ coming in the way he did, and then even Adam Pearce telling Almost to get out. I like that. That's like old school heel mentality to me. It's like, we don't know if he's ready to wrestle or whatever, but they've been making this guy become a beast without even wrestling yet. Kicking what did he do? Did he kick a chair? Or he kicked a guitar with Elias. And what else? How he just snatched Big E over the top. Now, I hated it because I wanted Big E to be in the Royal Rumble for a long time. How he just snatched this guy over the top rope. Like, oh my God. Like, it's old school monster vibes with this guy. And I just hope and pray that they do a great job with him when he does debut. Because what they're doing, I am interested. Even him just standing and looking and towering over Adam Pearce, being upset, growling, yelling. Like, those are things that I like. It's like making a monster heel without doing the most. It's a couple spots that I liked. There was a lot of good things. I liked Sheamus' intensity. Sheamus' intensity in that match, I loved. Like when they showed when Drew was beating up somebody and Sheamus' back was turned and he was just waiting to get out with his hands on the pod. That's stuff that I like. It reminded me of when he debuted in WWE. When he debuted in the WWE, I felt like damn near he was unstoppable. I like that. And the ironic thing was, I was at work. That's why I didn't really drop one last night, was that my coworker, he was saying that they look like hockey pods and they had timeout. And then when Sheamus comes out, him and Drew start punching each other like they're in a hockey match. And, you know, when they drop the glove and start punching, they one hand on the shoulder, other hand just start hitting the head. Now, that was funny for it. That was funny to me, too. The eliminations, they were a little spread out. They were calculated. I liked thought Sheamus was going to take out Drew, and then here come the phenomenal forearm. Sheamus eliminating Kofi. The way Drew did the Claymore kick, like that, you don't have that much room for error when somebody's going off the top rope. That's why I'm like, when people go off the top rope and people try to counter with a drop kick, it has to look perfect or it looks like crap. And the way that they did it, it was very good. Drew wins, he retains. Then here comes Bobby Lashley. Here I am getting excited. Okay, Bobby Lashley might do a thing. But, you know, you did see MVP talk to The Miz before the match. All right, Bobby Lashley lays out Drew McIntyre. And then here comes The Miz to cash it in. Now, when he cashed it in, I knew for a fact that there was no way he was going to lose it. Because they were doing too much with it anyway. You beat Otis, who was the original winner of it. You beat Otis. Morrison cashes in for you. You lose that match, then they gave it back to him. So it was like only a matter of time. Like, to me, I was like, whoever he cashes it in on, I do not see him losing it because they invested so much time with him having it. Regardless of how I feel about the Miz, I'm indifferent about it. You know, the guy is, he does his job except catching people with dive outs. There, look it up. There's proof. You can't catch nobody with a dive out. But other than that, jokes aside, congrats to him. I mean, it can go two ways, but I can see it going. I see it going one way, which isn't my way, but I hope it goes my way. Fastlane is a month away. I can see Drew and Bobby going against each other to see who's going to be the number one contender, because I feel like when Drew rematches, which will probably be on a Raw or a SmackDown, with a Raw, then he's going to lose, get screwed out of through Bobby or something like that. I can see that happening. Or I can see Drew going against Miz at Fastlane, beating the Miz, and then Drew versus Bobby Lashley for the title at WrestleMania. That's what I would want to see. We've seen it at Impact. We know that they can throw down. But just to have another black WWE champion in a short time period, that says a lot. You know, because like I said, Bobby Lashley has finally found his proper footing as a heel in WWE. To me, he's not boring. He's intense. He's unstoppable. Then you have MVP. Shout outs to MVP for doing what he's doing for part of the Hurt business. Even he's hurt and he's still in the business doing his business. He's still doing things for his faction. He's still doing things for the company. So shout out to him for that. This was a solid event. This is a good way to go into the road to WrestleMania. I'm curious about Fastlane. You know, sometimes they just throw something together with that show, with those kind of shows, Roadblock, all of that. I do miss No Way Out, by the way. I used to miss that being before WrestleMania. But like I said, it was a solid event. If you guys have time, I hope you guys look at the event, enjoy it. Once again, it's Chris Classic. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let's take it home.